blazing hot here in Washington, which I think my phone said it was 86 today, which is kind of, you know, I know the rest of the world's like dealing with like 100 and something, but Washington, that is blazing hot. It's been roughly in the 60s, so let me turn this down a little, all summer. So if you hear my fan in the background, not a lot of people here has air conditioning unless you're like eastern Washington where it gets super hot, but I'm really close to Seattle where it rains and it's cold most of the time. So yeah, so it's not convenient to go out and spend like $1,000 on an air conditioning unit when you might need it 3 days out of the year. So anyways, long story short, yeah, it's hot, I'm miserable, but I want to get crafty. So anyways, I'm trying a whole different lighting thing in my room, so let me know how this looks for you guys also. But okay, so yeah, let me get a sip real quick and then we'll get started. Okay, so I don't know, yeah, you can sort of see my pile of goodies over here, my soda so I don't spill. Okay, this is for my month of August design team project for Shabby Scraps. And a lot of my viewers already know about Shabby Scraps and how fabulous the products and how inexpensive the products are. And I can't promote Shabby Scraps enough just because I'm absolutely fascinated with the products. But this month I'm going to focus on using the new fabric tape that is in the shop, and I love it. I'm trying to figure out as many purposes as to stick it on something as possible. It's sort of like a washi tape, but it's fabric, so it's really flexible with things you can use it, and you can scrapbook with it. You can, you know, edge stuff around your house that, you know, just has this ugly beat up old edge or whatever and give it a new fresh look. There's multiple patterns and everything you could pick up, and I will link the shop below so you could check out the tapes for yourself. And then also I'm going to be using a few of the other goodies, but what I'm really excited about is the concepts I came up with the fabric tape today. I was doing rolled roses, or what they call paper quilling, and I just took that concept into the fabric tape and I was doing that, and I came up with a different flower, and then I was going to show you guys how I came up with the flowers that I want to use in my project. So I'm making flowers out of the fabric tape. Yes, they're gorgeous. What you're going to need to do that, I'm going to show you what I'm going to use for my project really quick and kind of give you a rundown of supplies that I'm going to use from Shabby Scraps and a few miscellaneous others. You're going to need Mod Podge and a paintbrush and a little cup for your Mod Podge. Now, you might not be able to find the same type of thing that I'm altering, but you might want to take this concept into something else, so I'm going to give you the rundown of that. Because I actually did find the thing that I'm going to alter at like a vintage thrift store or like an antique mall thrift store type thing. This is just like a cleanup napkin if things get messy for me. This was like a cream color, and it's actually a vintage boot. But I went and I spray painted it completely white. So I got a little bit of spray paint in my hands. My fingernails are super like chippy, and I'm just not caring today. It's just too hot to care. So sorry you guys. I got some lace here. This is just off of a bolt of fabric that I bought that was on clearance. And it's just a white lace. I don't know if you can see how gorgeous that lace is. Okay. So I just cut some off the bolt, like, didn't care how much. I used these two fabric tapes and the flowers that I'm going to show you how to make today. Gorgeous, right? And then I used this fabric tape right here and the quilled rolled flower. So those are the ones that I'm going to use in this project. I also pulled some of these gorgeous Venice lace butterflies. I showed you those a ton. These are like one of my favorite things to work with. I also pulled some of these gorgeous flat back flower centers. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to use these yet or not because this is mostly white. And these are like an off-white cream color pearl. So I'm not sure about these yet. But I do have these gorgeous white colored pearl hearts that I pulled also. This is some gorgeous hand-dyed rose pink seam binding, and the colors, it'll go really well, but I'm not sure yet if I'm going to use it. I pulled some satin white ribbon for the shoelaces of my shoe, and just pulled that. This is my little bowl of things that I prepped. This is a quilling tool. I don't know if you can see like the slit on the end of that. That's what's going to help you quill. I got some of these gorgeous tweezers you could get at Shabby Scraps also. And I say gorgeous because I find they make crafting for me way easier, especially when I'm trying to like work with hot glue and small items to where I don't burn my fingers and stuff. So they've been a lifesaver. They're just gorgeous. I also pulled some of these gorgeous, what is the word? Canvas butterflies. And I pulled one of these beautiful acrylic flowers. I don't know if I'm going to use this yet or not. I was thinking maybe it's a filler or something. And I got some of these, the cutest little like flat back pearl bows. So I got a couple of those. And I also pulled from my stash some of these like pink eyelets. And these are what I'm going to lace the boot with. So I'm hoping like my plan works out in my head. I really like how this one, like, this is one of the flowers I made. And it's just like a little shabby chic. This is the light pink and white polka dot. I don't know if you can see, hold it still. And that's the larger one that I made of that one. And here's the smaller. And I like the way that it kind of shabbied up, like around the edges, like frayed a little. I'm trying to hold it at a good angle and it just keeps rolling on my fingers, sorry. And then I also made it in the white and light pink rosebud one. We're 7 minutes into just me showing you. Okay, so, okay, let's get down to business. I showed you all the goodies that we're going to use. Okay, what you're going to need to do this certain technique with is you're going to need a hot glue gun. Mine's already heated and ready to go for you guys. A quilling tool, I find it easiest with. A lot of people I've seen use tweezers and like just toothpicks. It just depends on your technique. I use my favorite things, dynamic dies, to get the rolled roses that I just showed you. Okay, and this one I'm going to use the larger one just so you can see better. And this is the rolled rose, the scalloped rolled rose, okay? Okay, I got a piece of paper that is going to coordinate with my project because it's going to be sticky on this the way I'm going to show you. You're going to need, and it doesn't matter if it's double-sided or not, I'm actually using non-double-sided paper. Let me see, it's just white on one side, pattern on the other, because I'm going to make the pattern on the white side. And this is just so you got a more finished, complete-looking flower than a white back flower, because sometimes you can see the flower depending on your placement. And so I'm going to set this stuff aside. You're going to need a die cutting machine of some sort. I'm using a Cuttlebug. Okay, I'm using my Cuttlebug right here. Is my die cutting machine. And for the Cuttlebug, for these dynamic dies, you're going to need plate A, plate B, and plate C. Just double check. Yeah, correct. Okay. Sorry. So, okay. Let me move my Cuttlebug to the side just for a second. Okay. Now, the way I made my tape, my paper tape, let me see. It just helps a little. Okay. I just cut a piece of paper and I just measured it against my die to make sure it was big enough. Because I don't really want to waste any of this tape because it goes a long way, but I still want it to go as long as it could possibly go. sort of, I don't know, back in MDC calls me a hoarder, but I just like to stretch my goodies as much as possible. Okay, I'm just trying to peel the backing off the tape right now. So once I get the backing started, I'll show you how I do this. Okay, I've got like 1, 2, 3, 5 pieces of tape on there already. Okay. Okay, and I just kind of roll it on my finger so it don't coil up. And I just kind of overlap it slightly just to make sure there's no gap in the paper. And I just rub it on there. Okay. I don't know if you can see that slight overlap. It's not much, but it's still, you know. And then you're going to need a pair of scissors. I noticed this fabric tape likes to be cut by fabric cutting scissors. My paper scissors don't really like to go through it, and that could just be because my paper scissors are old and dull. And you just kind of cut the edges off, just so it don't get stuck in a cuddle bag or anything like that. And make sure you've got a nice even crisp cut. Okay, so I'll move this stuff out the way so you can see better. Okay, A plate goes out first. Oh, it's stuck to the table. I like when it's sections and sometimes I hate it. C plate goes down next. And yeah, my plates are super old. They've taken a beating. But they keep on, yeah, working. Okay, I like to take and put fabric down just because it gets the fabric cut first and it's a more crisper cut. Okay, and then I take my B plate and I place that over and I just run it through. And I do it like 2 passes, maybe 3 passes, just because it is fabric and it don't always cut all the way through. Sometimes I just like to give it a couple extra. See, it cut perfectly through with a couple extra passes. Okay, and you just kind of, if you have a hard time getting it out, there's like little holes in your My Favorite Things size that you poke, and it'll pop it right out. Okay, so, okay, and I do this with mulberry paper also, and also like flexible, thick cardstock works really well with this concept also. So what you do is you make sure it's all loose and the coil is completely detached itself, because you don't want to get stuck somewhere to where it messes up and you gotta start all over again. And now when I do this, I place the thing on there. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a 2-part video. So this is going to be part 1, making those flowers. Okay, and you just roll it around. Just keep rolling. It'll be a little unlevel, and it's okay. Just keep going. I like the quilling tool because it gives you more control as you're rolling. Okay, now there's this little ball at the end there, and that's what you need your hot glue for. You just put a little dab on that ball. Okay. And you're going to just place it over the center. And while it's still warm, it'll give you a chance to, you know, make your flower look the way you want it to look. Loose on me, so I'm going to see if I can peel it apart. I'm really particular because since these are like, you know, my handmade, my own flowers. I like them to look a certain way. Oh, you can also use felt to make felt flowers this way. I think I like this one better. Yeah, so much better. It's more open. The other one I think was like a little too loose on the outside and too tight on the inside.